I'm back at home now, and I really want to start showing the people that follow me a little bit more about just kind of how I live my life on a day-to-day basis. A lot of the videos that you see show me going around the world, jet setting and speaking to audiences, but I really also just want to show you just sort of what goes on with my life at home, how I eat, how I think, how I sleep, just what I do, how I sleep. I'm not going to like make a video of and you can see me sleeping. I just want to show you what goes on in my world. I'm getting ready for an event which is happening the first week of November, where I'm going to be in Nice working with a whole load of leaders. But, this is kind of like, this is where I live. And many of you have seen this. This will be coming to Nice with me, and also will be coming to New Zealand. This is some of what I brought back from Greece. I absolutely love these quotes. Quality is not an act, it's a habit. Aristotle, he was a wise person. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm going to exercise now. I'm going to show you a little bit of what I do when I'm working out. And yeah, let's do this. The kettle has almost boiled. I'm about to share with you a little bit about how I do business of what I eat and what I drink. I think it's so important. I'm one of these people, I don't like to tell people what to do. I like to help people find out for themselves. And this is something I have every single day. This is one of the most powerful medicinal things on earth. When I first started working with this in probably 14 years ago, when my wife was first diagnosed with a very aggressive brain tumor, we saw one of the top functional medicine doctors in the world. And he said to my wife, if you drink coffee, drink this. And the reason he said drink this coffee, because this coffee is infused with this. When I first started working with it, 1,200 studies on PubMed, which is the biggest medical database in the world. Now there's over 3,000. This is one of the most studied substances on earth. Why? Well, it's very medicinal. It helps to dilate blood vessels. It helps to minimize inflammation. Mushrooms are so ridiculously powerful. They share a very similar DNA. Let me show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take some hot water, pour it in here. Then I'm going to open up a sachet of this. This is amazing because this is coffee that's infused with that mushroom. This is where we get a bit technical. The most powerful and potent part of a mushroom is when it germinates. It's spores. And most people that take mushrooms, their source is from people that have grown their mushrooms hydroponically in bags. So they never actually in their natural environment. So they spore. And that's the life energy of the mushroom. So I'm just going to put the coffee in with the hot water. But then I add a couple of things. I either add butter. I don't have any butter. I finished it. Coconut oil. Coconut, also one of the most medicinal things on earth. And of course, a lot of people go, oh, that's quite high fat in there. Well, yeah, it's about to get a whole lot fatter because we're going to put some organic cream in there. Look, one of the things I do is I really don't eat hardly any carbohydrates in time. And this is just my lifestyle. It works for me in terms of no rice, no pasta, no potatoes, no bread. I eat a very, very high fat, a high protein diet. And I think I'm in, well, I don't think I know, I'm in pretty good shape. I'm just going to put in these things here and then I'm going to mix it up, blend it up. And I wish you could taste this because it is one of my most favorite things on earth to have. I'm going to actually put it in here. I've been getting people to consume this now for 14 years. And I tell you, the amount of testimonials we get from people who say that drinking this has seriously helped them, even though I can't make any medical claims. I'm 54 years old and I'm just getting better. I just wanted to share that with you because this is part of what I do. And I pretty much, this now just gone 12 o'clock. I tend to fast most days until after 12. That doesn't necessarily mean that you should, or fasting is for everybody. But again, it's what I enjoy to do. It's part of my rituals, it's part of my intentions. And yeah, thanks for watching. It's 4:33 in the morning, and it's Monday. It's another week, and I'm at home this week. So I always look to kind of start the day with stopping before I start, which involves drinking literally probably a litre of water with some apple cider vinegar, and then a cup of coffee, which you guys have heard me speak about before, with this mushroom in it. I have a couple of journals. I have my own My 365 journal, and this is another journal. This is all my stickers. I bought loads of stickers when I was in Greece. All I know is I know nothing. Happiness depends upon ourselves, Aristotle. Be as you wish to seem. I've never actually really read that one before. Anyway, I just love this time of day when it's quiet. No one's sending me messages. No one wants me. And I just want to dedicate myself to this work around intentionality, waking people up all around the world, not literally, but with different perspective, and empowering people. And I'm about to do my impersonation of Bane from the Batman films, or Darth Vader. I'm a huge fan of breathing. I think breathing is important. Would you not agree? Well, just try not breathing and see what happens. No, don't do that. Definitely don't do that at home. But actually, there's some really interesting research around breath hold and breathing in a kind of more thoughtful, intentional way has become massively popular all around the world. You might have heard of Wim Hof. I practiced the Wim Hof method for a long time. I actually did a whole YouTube video on that. But then I came across the Oxygen Advantage, Patrick McGowan, and his work. Incredible stuff. And I started working with breath work in my 20s when I was working as a fitness instructor. I read an amazing book called Mind, Body and Sport by a guy called John Doulard, and he was talking about breath. And I really immersed myself in his practice, and I found that I could do a lot more and go a lot further by learning to breathe deeper, longer, just using the nose, which I'm quite fortunate about because I do have a big nose. But it was incredible. I got my clients to do it. But just like so many things that I've done in the past, I got into the habit and then I got out of the habit. And it was only through this big hype around Wim Hof and lots of people I know who do yoga have been talking about breath work that I really decided to dive back into breath work. And I've really loved learning about the Oxygen Advantage, Patrick McGowan. I mean, that's why I've got the word tattooed, breath, because there's nothing more powerful than breath, and learning to improve it makes a huge difference. Now, this is a kind of a training aid, if you like, which I wear, which means it's going to be very difficult for me to speak to you while I've got this on. But what this does is this really filters the amount of air, restrictive, but it really makes me use my lungs more effectively. So I'm on my bike here, I'm going to do 30 minutes and literally use this. I absolutely love it. And the thing is, I have to take it off quite regularly because I've got a runny nose. So I use a lot of tissue to doing this, but it's a great way of oxygenating the body. Oxygen is life, breath is life. And if we become more conscious and we're more intentional about our breath, then life just becomes better. Bang! I sound like bang! So here we go. You can, well, I'm not even going to talk, I'm just going to write. A great way of literally focusing, being present, and yeah, you don't have to get one of these to do this breath work, but I look good, right? Okay, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to be quiet, put some music on. So we have just completed 30 minutes on the watt bike. Gone through a few tissues, not because I've been crying, but because There's stuff that's needed to come out. Of course, you don't need to wear all of these. I just really enjoy working on my breath. It's just so invigorating. It's one of the most, when you breathe with intention, you basically, what I'm doing, I'm connecting my brain and my body. I'm oxygenated, and it's all preparation. So it's preparation now to have a cold shower. Now, sometimes I have a cold shower first, sometimes I have it afterwards, sometimes I don't have a cold shower. I don't do it every day. There are other things I do every single day, but then that is preparing me for meditation. Meditation for me is just a way of really putting myself to be extremely present. It's like every single day, sounds like a cliche, but the greatest present I can give myself is to invest in myself, is to invest in me, and that's what I do. And one of the definitions that I love about health is renewal. And how often do you need to renew your health? Just every day. I mean, just try not sleeping for a day and see what happens. So this is part of my mission, to inspire and encourage you to find what works for you. Let's have a cold shower, upper body only. I mean, not for you know what I'm trying to say. Cold water therapy is extremely popular all over the world, and there's some really interesting research on it. I've always loved getting really hot and then getting really, really cold. But this is something, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's very invigorating. Take a deep breath. A bit more interesting when you've got a bald head. Really, you want to try and do this for a minute and a half, a couple of minutes. Even more ready to take on the day. I just look back at that video that I just made before I got in the shower. I saw a lovely bit of tissue hanging there. So now's the time to meditate. And meditation is, again, it's one of those things that I often don't feel like doing. I often feel that resistance, that resistance of, I don't want to do that. But there's another part of me that's so much stronger that I pay more attention to, which is, no, this is exactly what you're going to do. You're going to create some peace for yourself. So what I do, I kind of block out my senses in terms of putting this over my eyes. I actually listen to one of my own meditations, which is about 45 minutes long, which again is a considerable period of time. But I have some other meditations that are much shorter than that. Some of them have been listened to by millions of people all over the world. But I also tape my mouth up as well. And this might seem like, again, a strange thing to do. I just want to continue to breathe through my nose. And it's like everything I've just done this morning has been preparation for doing this. So that's what I'm going to do. Come join me. It was a powerful meditation. Meditation really, for me, is just really getting to know myself. It really is. And what I often feel is there's a frustration. There's a wanting this to hurry up, wanting to get to the end. And that's kind of part of a habit that I've had. I've often said I was born a few weeks premature, and I was in a hurry to come out. I've been in a hurry ever since. I've been being busy most of my life, but meditation really helps me to calm down, be present, be in the moment. And then when I open my eyes and come into the world today, that I now have an opportunity to put the state that I have created this morning through my meditation, through my exercise, through my cold shower, from some work I've been doing to some writing, that I now get to, what time is it? It's 8:43 in the morning. I then now get a chance to take this better version of me that I have created into, I'm going to go and see my brother today in London. I'm going to go and see another friend of mine. And this is who I am. Let's go. I'm on my way to see one of my favourite people in the whole world, which is my brother. My brother's 4 years older than me. And he's really the only close family I have. I have some cousins, but obviously I've lost my mum and my dad and my wife. And, one thing haven't really talked about publicly at all was my wife and I, we tried for children, and my wife had a horrendous miscarriage. But we were both thinking so positively about the fact that we were gonna have children or a child, and that didn't happen as well. And it's another aspect of leaning into a life that is very different to the life that I envisaged, but also a life that we fought so hard for. This was one of the most challenging things for me with dealing with grief, was accepting the fact that a part of me had actually died. A part of me that was married to her. And that's still something I'm dealing with. And I speak really openly about the challenges associated with grief. And I was talking to Hannah's best friend yesterday. I sent her something similar to what I wear around here, which has Hannah's ashes in it. I sent her one. It's funny because this lady, Anna, thought I was sending her something I bought for her in Greece. And then I said to her, it's actually got Hannah's ashes in, and she was really taken aback by it. But what's interesting for her is she's also been going through a very difficult time with her father being really unwell, and she had to deal with losing her best friend, and then before you knew it, having to deal with her father being unwell. And I said to her, you know what, you're so much stronger because of what you have gone through. And I think it's the same with me. Only time will tell, right? Right, I am at my brother's house with Frodo. Hello. Frodo, what would you like to say? Hey? Not much? Good boy. Most amazing dog. So I'm here with my brother, and I was in Greece, as many of you know, and I phoned you up and I asked you, and we were talking, and you said about the older you get, the more you realise you don't know anything. And that's a nice top you're wearing, by the way. Where'd you get that from?
It? Don't know. Some charity shop. Or some charity guy.
So what's your name? Where do you come from? What do you do?
My name is Richard, and what was the question?
What do you do? You're not feeling 100% today.
I'm not feeling 100%. I'm a psychotherapist, and I come from the same place you do. That's
from my mother's womb.
Exactly.
Which was a hell of a place. What did you mean? Because I found that so fascinating, being in Greece, and that quote by Socrates, basically saying, I don't know anything. Yet he was called the king of wisdom, I believe. What did you mean by that?
I think I was just saying that, the more I realise, the more I read, the more I try and understand, the less I realise I know. And that's a kind of, come here. That's a kind of, it's a good place to be, actually.
Why is that a good place to be, do you think? I think it is.
I think admitting that you don't know, I mean, there's people out there like Donald Trump and whoever who just think they know everything. Anyone who doesn't know what they claim to know is a loser. I think it's just like complete rubbish. Yeah.
I agree with that. You're not someone who puts himself out there on camera very much, are you?
No. You're going to have to delete.
But we got him. We got him to be a part of this video diary that I've just started making, having been in Sardinia and Greece and Berlin. And but I was thinking that I don't really have any family. Well, I have some cousins, but I'm not very close to them. So I don't have my mum or my dad or my wife anymore. But I have you.
Yeah, you've got me, you've got my family, you've got my dog. I mean,
Frodo.
He would actually just love to come home with you. So,
Can I borrow him at weekends?
You can have him whenever you like.
Frodo. He's such an amazing dog. I actually had him for a few days and my house, and got so attached to him. And then when I met you at the airport to give you the dog back and I walked away, the dog was just so confused. I just did not know what to do.
He wouldn't leave until you were out of sight.
Good boy. He's clever, isn't he?
Yeah. Not bad.
Well, I've just given you a cup of this, and I'm hoping that it will make you feel a bit better. Plus, I made you some burgers.
Hooray, burgers for lunch.
Yeah, would you like a bit of burger?
He would love a bit of burger, wouldn't you?
Okay, well, we'll say goodbye now. That's my brother. He's my brother. Okay, here we have lunch at Renee's.
Do you want any sauces?
What can I have? Look at this. Not mustard, no. You got any olive oil? I made the burgers. He made the cabbage and the leeks. Just had a lovely lunch with my brother. Look, it is Halloween this coming week. This is nice, isn't it? This is good to see. This is really getting into the spirit, whatever that means. Oh, those spiders are pretty scary. Look. Wow. Wow. And I am now just going to go and meet a friend of mine. I had a lovely lunch with my brother. I'm in the area of Richmond, which is fascinating because all around here is where Ted Lasso was filmed. I think they're now filming series 4 of that. And I'm off to go and meet a friend in Richmond. And, actually going to meet him at this park just around the corner. We've got on live location here, so we're coming closer together. He's walking to me, I'm walking to him, and going for a walk in one of the most amazing parks in the whole of London. We're meeting at Sheen Gate. Sheen Gate. So this is Sheen Gate, just to let you guys know. And I'm going to walk down here. This is such a beautiful park. I love it. I love going to see all the deer in this beautiful place. Look, Richmond Park. A deer park. You can see all these guys in here. Yeah, I'm still filming. We're out here filming. Who are you?
Oh, you
Who's
brought
this?
little Wally with you.
Who?
Have you not seen the film Wally?
Oh, Wally looks like Wally.
It does look like
I love
Wally.
that. I love that film in Wally where basically humans mess the earth up so much that Wally, they go off. There's a line in that film. I can't remember what it was, but it really got to me. But anyway, that's not really the point. Ben, tell us. I love what you.
So. Remember, shooting under, you get more of your chins. Go higher, then we've got less chins. I've told you about your chins
Isn't eye
before.
level bi level? You look good, mate. So listen, tell me what you up to in terms of this Fit at 50 thing that you've started, that you've caused a little bit of a, what would you say?
A ruffle in the space-time continuum.
Yeah, I think you've captured the hearts and the minds of people because you're turning 50 in how many days?
Yeah, so it's about 45 days now. So I'm doing a countdown online about hitting my 50th birthday, which is December the 11th. And I wanted to sort of mark it because it feels significant. Like, I'm not anxious about turning 50 in terms of the age or the number, but being 50 seems old, Pete.
Like, well, I'm 54, man.
Yeah, and I know you've always made me feel better because you're older than me. And
definitely not wiser than you.
But, so I wanted to try and do something. So sort of try and get myself to a position where I'm as fit as I can be by the time I turn 50. And by that, I mean, I don't just mean physically fit, although that is a challenge. I've got a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old, and I want to be able to compete with them and carry on and run around with them. But I want to be emotionally fit. I want to be
So what does emotionally fit mean? Sorry to interrupt you, but I think that's such an interesting point. What does that mean to you?
I think sort of capable of coping with a big life moment like that, understanding what the future might hold, what's important to me now, what's important to my family. I think there's a big shift, isn't there, as you go through the decades. I've been interviewing a few friends, sort of well-known people that have gone through the decades a bit ahead of me to get their take on it. And one of the interesting things that they were saying is that your motivation changes significantly through your 30s. You're so ambitious, you're so keen to get set up and start a family.
Yeah.
40s, you're dealing with all those bits and pieces, and turning 40 sort of comes and goes, and then you suddenly hit 50. And the boys are at university, they're leaving school. So Annie and I are on to the next chapter of our lives. Work-wise, you tend to be a little bit more settled, and you start thinking, well, how many more years am I going to keep working? What do I want retirement to look like? So I want to be emotionally fit, just in terms of sort of very present, and very capable of sort of seeing what's around me, looking up. I'm very bad, Pete, as you know, we both are, of actually taking a moment to look up, and because we tend to be so driven by energy and enthusiasm and crazy thoughts.
But I mean, you have had the most incredible career. I mean, I don't know what you think of your career, but let's be honest, it's pretty awesome. If you do stop and you reflect on your career, if you were looking, if it was somebody else, what would you see that you've actually done?
That's an interesting question. I very rarely do it because I think I'm my so what do I think?
I think you're quite a humble sort of person. It's just like
I've been very lucky. I think my biggest fear is complacency. That is the thing that sort of drives me consistently to make sure that even if we do something that is very well received, that the next thing we're going to do is going to be even better or as interesting or as engaging or as fun. I worry about complacency a lot and sort of just being a bit apathetic towards things. That's definitely something that I want to be able to address in my 50th year.
Is that not part of what emotional health is about? Fitness is like not. You seem to be someone who seems to have got your head around letting things unfold a little bit, as opposed to trying to make everything happen. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm quite good at understanding what it is I'm good at. And this is, my wife will tell you this, surrounding myself with people that are good at things that I'm not particularly good at.
Yeah.
And then I'm very happy for them to control those bits and pieces of my life. And I can focus on the stuff that I'm good at, which she maintains is putting the bins out mostly.
Come on.
That's my best trait.
And being a West Ham fan.
Oh, yeah. Come on, you.
Last question. What is possible, do you think, for people in terms of 50? Because I think a lot of people get to this age and stage and they don't change anything. They just carry on with the same habits and they end up perhaps not being as healthy as they can be. When you look around at your friends, are they all quite healthy like you?
Yes, in many ways they are, but a few of them are a little bit stuck.
Yeah.
I'd say they're stuck in their careers because they've set themselves up with a certain lifestyle and they can't necessarily walk away from it. Are they as content? Probably not. When we all left school at 18, 19, everyone had so many dreams and ambitions and sort of you can definitely fall into a sort of a pattern of what you're doing depending on what's around you. But I think that once you turn 50, it depends what you're willing to assess and look at and start imagining. I think it's sort of creating intentions, Pete. You talk about it a lot, right? But I think that's huge.
I think that's it. I think it's the stopping to audit where you are and reflect on what's working and what you could change. Guys, if you're not following Ben, go follow him. Go check him out. I've done a couple of podcasts with him over the years, and it's always great to spend time in this glorious park that is glorious, isn't it?
Lots of people out and about. I love this. I love being out on a weekend like this. And there's everybody just out and living. They're just soaking up massive with their friends or with their families. That's what life's got to be about, surely, isn't it?
Have we done 10,000 yet?
10,000. Feels like it. It's all been uphill as well.
Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
So, Ben, tell us, where are we here?
We are in the heart of Richmond FC. This is the pub where, if you're a fan of Ted Lasso and you're a fan of Richmond FC, this is where they all drink.
Oi, oi. So it's become even more famous, right? I've got a good friend who's bought me a present.
Here we go then, Pete.
What is this? Well, I kind of know what it is.
Come early.
Christmas has come early. So, for those of you that know me, I'm a massive fitness fanatic. I am a trainer. This is a proper unboxing. Wow. Pippa,
Don't drop it.
Pippa, can you tell us who you are and what this is?
Absolutely. So I'm the distributor in the UK for X-Body, which is equipment which looks like this. It's a tablet, and it looks like this, which is if you open that up then, Pete, you can see. I think it goes there. Yeah. That as well. So the tablet and the activewear that we call it, which is a wireless unit that attaches to the body, delivers EMS. EMS is electric muscle stimulation.
So
we wear
these are
special suits.
These are the suits that we wear. This is something I'm so excited about. I've known of this technology for a long time. I think it's one of the most exciting developments in the whole of the health and fitness world. Just give us a little bit of a brief overview of why this training is so good.
Well, I mean, probably for about 50 years now, physiotherapists have used it for rehabilitation purposes, normally localised EMS. So if you've got a problem with a quad muscle, then you'd have localised EMS delivered, which helps with blood flow and, rehab on the muscle. What they discovered probably about 15 years ago is that why not do it for the whole of the body? So they developed suits with electrodes on all the major muscle groups.
Yeah.
We do a workout with it, but it's 20 minutes of pretty intense working out, which is like the equivalent of probably 90 minutes spent in the gym.
Yeah.
Are you ready to go? Yeah. You sure you don't want water?
No, I'm fine.
All right, let's go. So squeeze those shoulder blades together. Let's go in now. Good. So imagine you've got a pencil then, you're trying to hold it between your shoulder blades. Open up. Good. 2, 1. So let's take that weight in the back of the foot there as you squat down as well. Good. Release. Nice. 2, 1. And again, on that scale of 1 to 10, Pete, where are you feeling now? A level of intensity.
6, maybe.
Okay. Do you want to go a little bit higher?
Yeah, why not?
1. I'll take the master up, so that's all over. They'll go up
Yeah.
1%. So I can only take it up on the impulse. Down again now. That's 1%.
So we're 4 seconds on, and then we're 4
Yeah.
seconds off, right?
That's right, yeah. 3, 2, 1, and again. Good, hold. Nice work. Well done. Release. All right.
So this is the second time I've used X-Body,
Yeah.
and that was just unreal, just in terms of feeling like every muscle was stimulated, but also the fact that for some reason this ab seems to still get a bit tight, which just means I need to stretch it out. But it's amazing how you can make some parts work harder than the other, and I'm looking forward to really giving it a go over the next. I'm going to see what really happens over the next 90 days.
The interesting thing with that, though, Pete, was that it was a 20-minute workout, but we only really worked out for about 13 minutes.
Yeah, I think
because we were setting up.
I think a lot of people think that you should be working out for longer, which I think is nonsense. As long as you're activating all the muscles, and that was. We'll see how I feel tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Or even the next day. Right, so we're going to get you undressed.
Ooh. Happy, beautiful day. I am got my car and I'm on my way to see a really good friend of mine who I met a few years ago on the social media app called Clubhouse, where I met so many people. It's a very autumnal day. This is someone who is one of the greatest people I know, in terms of not just a great friend, a very kind person, but also brilliant when it comes to the whole world of podcasting. I've been podcasting for a very, very, very long time. I love it. I think it's such a great medium to help the world. Do you listen to podcasts? Who do you listen to? James has an agency, but he's also brilliant with all things branding, and just an all-round great person. And we've tried to get together a few times, but it never happened. In fact, when my wife got sick again, James was one of those people who phoned me up and just said, "Hey, look, do you need anything? Can I help you? Can I do anything for you?" Which was, I was surprised because I didn't know him that well, but that's just kind of the measure of who he is. In fact, our dads were both Rotarians, and Rotary is this club that is really all about service. You seeking service over self. He's someone, James, who's heavily influenced by his father, just like I was. Both of our fathers are no longer here anymore. But also James came down to see me as well when Hannah passed away. I think so much of life is about showing up for other people, showing up during difficult times. And it's amazing when you meet people like that. I actually spend quite a lot of time on my own. Some people might be quite surprised that I'm quite a loner. A lot of the time before I was with Hannah, I lived on my own for a long time, and I have a few friends, but I spend a lot of time on my own, and I realise now more than ever the importance of just being with great people. And just so look, I'm pleased to kind of share this with you today. Let's go meet James. Guys, who's your daddy?
Him.
Can I ask you, who are you? Who are both of you?
There. I'm James. I'm the co-creator of the greatest podcast yet to be launched, called What Are You Thinking?
Is that
What are you
though,
thinking?
James? Is that really who
I don't know.
you
What are you
are?
thinking? What are you thinking?
I think you're just an alright.
What did you just say about
Alright
me coming
human.
for his vlog?
Oh yeah.
What did you
I
just say?
can't care that I said, can we do more days like this? We've had the best day ever.
Oh,
And well, I won't tell you what else I said, but
I agree.
we've been for a
Look at
lovely
that, you
lunch,
see?
haven't we?
We had an amazing
A
lunch.
French roast dinner.
And inspirational
First dinner.
conversations.
Yes, so many of you have heard me speaking about James before, but behind every great man, there's an even better female. Isn't that right?
It's me. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And these are
Yeah.
your two little...
Munchkins. Whatever you may call them. That's right, Lou.
What do you want to say?
Hello.
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 Guess what? Guess what you are?
What? Amazing.
And guess what you are?
Terrific.
Yes.
It's the stick man of Chivalhurst.
Excuse me. Guess what you are?
Terrific.
You are. And what are you?
Amazing.
I have just returned back from seeing James and Hayley and their beautiful children. An amazing weekend. Really great to connect with people. That's the end of this video blog for the week. Please subscribe. I'm going to continue to share this journey. I really want to show what I'm going to do, and I'm going to lay it out in terms of my bold plans, my bold steps to help. In fact, I'm getting some steps in. Clocks go back tonight. The weather has already changed from what it was a few hours ago, but hey ho, that I'm in business, and I'm going to be brutally honest about this journey that I'm on. And I want to thank you for watching. And if you have any questions for me, just ask. We've got a big hill to go up now. Well, I say it's a big hill. It's a hill. Let's go. See you next week.